Good morning, families, and my wonderful and intelligent students. I miss you guys. So, this is our activity for today, feelings on plates. Now, this ditto will be next to this video in our class dojo. If you could just slide over, you'll see it outlined for you. So the objective of this activity is to respond to emotional cues. Now, it might sound simple, but some of us in our class, we do need help with this concept. So you might notice your child trying to respond to emotional cue, maybe when they're watching television and they say, "Mommy, why they mad? They mad? He did something nice." And then you can say, no, he's not mad. That's the face people make when they're shocked. So he's so happy, he's shocked. And that's a shocked look. So sometimes you might be like, why you asking me that? You know how he's feeling. And you might not really realize that he's trying to recognize this new emotional cue that he's seeing or she's seeing on TV. So this is an objective for pre-K, to respond to emotional cues. So what you will need for this assignment is paper or a paper plate, marker, a book or a video of a book, one of the books that we have read, a phone or a computer to do a little research and to take pictures to record what you did today. Now in the slide next to the ditto, next to this video, I will have individual pictures of these three feelings: happy, sad, and frustrated. So what you want to do, you want to get your notebook and you want to show this picture and say, how can we draw this picture? This is frustrated. And you would draw frustrated on your notebook paper, turn the page. What feeling is this? How can we draw this feeling? And you show that picture to him on the slide, turn the page, and then you'll draw this picture, happy. Draw the picture on the page, then turn the page. So once you drew these three feelings, you will now just use your notebook and you would talk about them. You will talk about frustrated. You'll talk about sad. You'll talk about happy. And just to make sure that they're recognizing the emotions. And you will also write the words at the bottom as you see here. So after this is finished, I'm going to take these away, because now we are going to be looking at our drawing. And I drew mines on here. Slide this up a little bit. So you have drawn your pictures, happy, sad, and frustrated. And then you're going to talk about it, as I said. So then you want to get a video or a book, and you can use the book Too Many Carrots that we read yesterday. And then even if you watch it on video, you can pause when it comes to certain feelings that you want your child to identify. So if you use the book Too Many Carrots, you can stop here and you can say, Rabbit loved carrots. He collected them wherever he went. And you could press pause at that video and you say, how do you think he was feeling? And they could turn and you could ask them to turn to the page. So they'll look at this and say, Now, if they say frustrated, then you know, okay, my child needs help responding to emotional cues. So that means you want to keep going. Maybe after this book, you want to use a different book, or throughout the day when they're watching maybe their favorite cartoon. You want to say, hey, how's Peppa Pig feeling? In a certain situation, and then you could write it down. You could bring out the notebook. Was she feeling sad, happy? So if you notice that your child is having trouble responding to emotional cues, this is the time to whip out the notebook and to bring it back to this. So keep the notebook out throughout the day. If you're doing other activities like watching TV or they're on their phones, just bring out the notebook. Or even if family is home and something's happening or somebody came in the house feeling a certain way and you have a moment, take out the notebook if you notice that your child's having difficulty responding to emotional cues. So again, when we look at this page and we see rabbit, he has all those carrots and he looks happy. And it said that rabbit loved carrots when we heard the video. You want to see if your child will identify that, oh, rabbit was feeling happy. And you just want to go throughout the book and touch on all of these 3 feelings. So once you complete and went out through the book, the next thing you want to do is see if your child can come up with a sentence. Now that that's over, my child has a sense of what these feelings are and how the characters in the story felt with these feelings. Now you want to see in their own words, can they come up with a sentence for each of those feelings? So once your child comes up with a sentence, you want to write next to the feeling what they said. So I feel sad when I have to go to bed early. So if they said that, you want to write it for them. And for our friends that can write their first and last name, once you write it, just give it to them. You could rip it out and turn to a clean page and say, now it's your turn. You write it. Please let them try it on their own. Even if they make mistakes, just let them try, because they won't know how to do it better on their own when they're at school if after every letter you're erasing it or you're trying to fix it. If they see what you've written and you've written it clearly, once they write it and it has a lot of mistakes or it's not going straight across or it's not, that's once they're finished that whole sentence, that's when you want to say, okay, how can we do this differently? Instead of erasing it, have them do it underneath what they just did so they can see the difference. So they want to do 3 sentences for each feeling. Once that is finished, by this time they should be able to recognize the word sad, happy, and frustrated. And again, you want to go over the beginning sound, the beginning letter, to help them if they're having difficulty. And then you just want them to match it on their own without you helping them. Match it on their own. And then last, only if and only if your child was able to do everything we just discussed fine and without any trouble, then you can do this part. If your child had difficulty, I would not go this far as of yet. I would review everything we just did. Maybe you want to go over it some other time, a different day. But I would do this once you know they have a good sense of everything we just did. So when we mentioned that you will need your phone or computer, you want to go over synonyms. So words that mean the same. So we've discussed this in class. So our friends, we all know that happy and jolly are the same feeling, happy and jolly. So you will want to go in your phone, search synonyms of happy, synonyms of sad, synonyms of frustrated. And you really just want to sit down next to your child and go over it. Let them see you search for it. Let them see you type the letters. Have them type the letters. Read the sentences because they'll give you an example and just go over like which one should we use. So if you already have maybe a paper plate or if you had your pictures in your notebook, underneath the word, you want to put jolly, happy, jolly. And then and if you have a paper plate like this one, they can say, oh, this is happy. And then you turn it over and then it's jolly. Okay. So that's what you want to do to increase their vocabulary so they can use different words for the same meaning, to increase their intelligence. And if you do put happy and jolly here, at this point, they should be able to read happy, jolly. And then the same for the rest of them. Okay, so you want them to begin reading those vocabulary words at the end of everything. And this can be stretched out throughout the day because I know it will take some time and your patience to do all of this, especially if you have multiple children at home. So this is our activity for today, and I can't wait to see what you have and your videos. And again, if you are not able to do this right now, it is fine if you did it the following week. That is completely fine. All right. Have a great day, everyone.